Oh, guys, talk about new music, trying not to lose it, alcohol and booze it. Old guys talk about new music.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Old Guys Talk About New Music, your favorite podcast that tries to make sense of what the kids are into these days by analyzing the most popular songs of the day via the Billboard Hot 100 list, as seen through the lens of a couple of old guys who know a thing or two about a thing or two. He's called Chris Hall, I'm called James Vella, and we may be older, but we used to be younger.
Shingles, schmingles. When I had my ulcers, I was farting razor blades.
There are millions upon trillions upon billions of podcasts out there, and we are proud to say that we are absolutely 100% guaranteed, or your money back, to be one.
What of that?
God, we're never going to get that.
We're going to get it.
We recorded this episode on June 12th, 2022, so cultural references will absolutely be dated by the time you hear this. And with that, away we go. Mr. Chris Hall, how the hell are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great, because I've been listening to Miss Lizzo. It's
Lizzo.
about damn time that I've been listening to Lizzo.
We've been saying that. I've been saying that forever. You got to start listening to Lizzo. It's about damn time, you bastard. Thank goodness.
And she rose up and gave us the gift of About Damn Time.
So you were listening to it. Tell me about it.
I
Tell
loved
me
it.
You loved it. Yes.
I love it. I do. I really do love it. I can't get enough of it. It's been in my head, and I haven't minded it being in my head. It gives me so many good, positive, warm vibes.
Yeah, I liked it too. But every time I hear it, I think of like, turn up the music. I'm coming out tonight. You know how it's like, I'm coming out tonight? It makes me think of that Diana Ross song.
Like, I'm coming up.
I'm coming out.
To know.
Yeah, I want the world to know. They sound totally different, but like I just hear like I'm coming out, and I just think that, you know.
I totally get that. I totally get it. Same emotion too. Same vibe. Very, very positive. Very just high energy. It's awesome.
Right. Exactly. What did we think about it last week?
I'm really liking it.
Oh, you liked it. Okay.
I'm really liking what I'm hearing so far. We liked it?
I think I'm going to get sick of it. That was my thought.
Yeah, we liked it. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
We got one thing right. We were consistent about one thing.
Oh
but
God.
One thing that we weren't consistent about was calling Morgan Wallen, and when it's really Morgan Wallen. So correction, everybody. Call him Morgan Wallen if you're at the party and you're talking to a girl, because she's going to think you're a Foolio. So good thing you stuck with the program. Yeah, not Coolio. Coolio is like taking you on a fantastic voyage.
Yeah, everyone wants to be Coolio. Everyone wants
to be him. Right, remember when Michelle Pfeiffer, I got to go to the music video, right? When she did like the Dangerous Minds. And like,
I can't believe that she was in that video. Like, what was in it for her? To be hip?
Turn the chair around, sat down. Tell me what's going on here. I'm going to fix all you kids.
Want to tell me what this is all about?
He's like the big Ja Rule.
Right. And then he's like, let me tell you, I'm on a fantastic voyage. I can't remember how that song goes, right? Ride, slippy slide, living in the city, it's do or die. Something like that, right? That's in there somewhere.
Such dire lyrics for such a happy-go-lucky song.
Let's talk about Lizzo. She's from Detroit, moved to Houston when she was 10. Likes music, knows how to play the flute, went to college, did some minor in music, so she enjoys music. She didn't finish college. I guess her dad passed away, and she was like, that's it. I'm doing music.
That was
my dad isn't around anymore. And then, and then like she started some girl groups, hit the pavement, did it all herself, and sent some tweets out. Some producer was like, yeah, that's great. I like you. Then she started working with this producer, and then she started to get a little bigger, and then Prince was like, who's this girl? Let's do a track with this girl. Prince did a track with her and like some other girl, it was the other girls in her music group. Her name, Lizzo. Her name's Melissa. And to get from Melissa to Lizzo, she was like Lissa for a little bit. And then Jay-Z had a song, Izzo. And then so Lissa became Lizzo. Voila. And Lizzo's name was born. So it's a very like, hey, let's start a rap group name. What's your name going to be? I'm going to be
Lil Marco.
Yeah. And I'm going to be little wacky.
She really must have a magnetic personality or something with her. I mean, because we tweet stuff all the time, but no one's wanting to hook us up with Prince.
Yeah, when I tweet something and I like check an hour later and nobody liked it or responded, and then I'm like, oh, maybe it's just bad timing. I'll wait another hour, and I check another hour later, and then I end up like crying in my room the rest of the night.
No, that's when you delete the tweet and then you repost it, but like slightly differently.
Okay, I'm learning so much from this show. So,
oh man, so this track apparently took 8 writers to bring it together, or did I read that incorrectly?
You read that correctly, but they did sample Hey DJ rap tune from like 1984.
Okay.
And so most of those people are from that sample, and really it was her and her main producer dude that she uses most of the time. They mainly wrote the song, so it wasn't a direct lift from that sample. So they actually put in some work, put in some effort, and you got that sweet vibe. What'd you think about the vibe?
I love the vibe, and I love that the whole song sounds real, and by that I mean like a real band played it. Like there are like drums and guitars and bass guitars, and like it actually like feels full. Like this could be a great song that a cover band could play it at a wedding or a reunion, and it would sound fantastic. I really like the way it's put together.
Yeah, I agree. No, I thought the bass was awesome. The bass was like really driving that thing. And yeah, it sounds like a song that like, when I'm it's going to come on right after YMCA and right before that one, it's like to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. That one.
I was going to say the Super Bowl shuffle.
Wedding.
No, it's the electric slide. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. No, there's that one, the electric slide, and then there's like another one. It's like turn around. I don't know.
And turn to the left, like that whole.
Yeah, yeah.
That everybody in the world seems to know how to do, but every time I hear that,
how does everybody know that?
I don't know. How do they? Everybody knows it though.
I've only heard those songs at weddings, and I go to the wedding. You don't go to enough weddings to get the song memorized. I maybe go to a wedding like once a year if I'm lucky.
Right. Yeah.
And then everybody just runs on the dance floor, and then I'm the guy like looking to my right at like okay,
instead of turning to the left.
Right. I'm always like 3 steps behind. People are backing up into me. I'm like, okay, to the right, to the okay.
It's like it's to me it's like line dancing. Like whenever I see line dancing, I'm like, how the hell do these people know what they're doing? Because they're all doing the exact same step every single time. Like how does that happen? Unless you're hanging out at weddings all the time.
Right. Yeah, are these people like going to weddings all the time? Like how did they learn it?
And I've never in my entire life even begun to understand how people remember it.
I think the electric slide's going out though, because they did that one. I just went to a wedding, and that one was like not as popular as like that more recent one. That's like
that cha-cha one.
Yeah, it's the cha-cha one. There you go. Yeah.
Oh man, I should know it. I used to assist a DJ at reunions pretty consistently, and that track would always come on. So. Oh my god!
So we liked the vibe. What else? Yeah. I mean, I got so thrown off now thinking about these weddings that. But
we're going to be hearing this song at weddings, though. This is definitely a wedding /reunion whatever song. Like, this is totally that vibe. Like, this is, like you said, YMCA. You know, if you know, for the slow parts, they're gonna play "I Want It That Way." It's so in that realm, and there's nothing wrong with those tracks, really, inherently. But they definitely belong to a certain, let's say, sphere.
It's always interesting. I mean, I wonder, are there people that listen to these songs? Like, I'm at work, right? I'm like, you know, typing up my, 339 form, doing my data entry, and I need to put my headphones on. Let me put my headphones on.
Sure.
And I put on a YMCA and then this Lizzo track, from her fourth album, Special. But just have to throw that in there.
Product placement.
Speaking of product placement, I'm switching gears. Totally flipping around here. Tell me about the video.
I really enjoyed the video. I find it, first of all, it has a huge intro, and I was kind of like, oh, is this going to go one way? But then it just turned into a regular music video, and it ended like on a point, and I really liked that. So I thought that was cool. But the main thing that I found interesting was it seemed to have a lot of liminal space vibes. Yeah. Liminal is I don't know if it's a trend, but it's definitely a state of mind, and it's a type of photography that is pretty popular if you are on the 500px's or the Flickrs or even the Reddit forums. Liminal literally means, I forgot what the Latin translation is, but it literally means in between. Like, it's a transitional period between what was and what will be. If you imagine like a room, a very, very large room, and the only thing inside of the room is a desk, like a regular office desk that you would have like in a cubicle, and one chair and nothing else. But it's very well lit. Like, you can see there are windows in this space, and you can see that you're in the real world, but there's nothing in it aside from one desk and one chair. Another example would be a room with nothing but a staircase that goes up and around a corner, and you don't know what's behind that corner because it goes out of your purview. So that moment of being in between where you were and where you could go or where you will go, that's the liminal space, and it's very uneasy. It's supposed to be a very uneasy, neither here nor there kind of feeling. And I thought, even though this video is full of color, full of life, it's very vibrant, I still felt that there were a lot of periods in this video that could be screenshot for that vibe. Especially because it's like, you don't really know what this place is, because sometimes it does look like an office, and sometimes it looks like a community center. Because at the very beginning, like, she's like at a support group, Fight Club style, and then all of a sudden there's like synchronized swimmers, and there's a dude painting a wall inside of a bathroom with Benjamin Moore paint, which is one of two product placements, because we need to keep track of this now, because there was also vitamin water at the very beginning. So we have two sponsors here. But anyway, aside from that, there, I don't know where all of these things come together and how it all coalesces, but it does have this very strange vibe of, we don't know where we are, we don't know where we're going, but we kind of like being here, and it feels awkward, but it feels right, because that's where you're supposed to be.
Man, Lizzo got so deep on us. I thought this was just like a fun summer song, and now you're dropping all this deep stuff on me.
Well, I mean, the best summer songs are brain ticklers as well. They get you thinking.
Oh yeah, they do. What do you think about this? I mean, there's a guy I talk to all the time. He's always like, why is Lizzo? She's big, and she's always like, wearing skimpy outfits. What's the deal? That's a guy now. So what do you think about this, like, Lizzo being a larger lady wearing skimpy outfits, and then her lyrics are all about, like,
it's thick 30.
It's thick 30.
Yeah. I think that if it's helping if it's something that's a positive for other people, then that's great. I just don't know, because I'm not that.
Now let's jump into Chris Farley. I like to jump into.
Okay.
Now, All right, now, what did you think about Chris Farley? Like, because he was like, yo, I'm a big guy. I'm doing jokes. Like, you know, and
he's dancing with Swayze as a Chippendales dancer.
Yeah, he's down by the river, and he's always got to smash the table because he's so big. Like, yeah, there you go, man. You can see the video that Jam was doing, the pulling up his pants in the back.
Down by the river.
Right, like, I don't know. It's very, I mean, on one hand, like, Chris Farley was like, yeah, I'm a big guy, and I'm big, but, like, I didn't feel like it was so in my face. It's like, Lizzo puts this in my face.
Yeah,
right?
That's the thing. Like, I think that, did Chris Farley ever do, like, stand-up, like a Chris Rock or anything like that?
I'm assuming he must have. I mean, I think I could be wrong, but I think that he came from like one of those comedy troupes with the rest of them, like
okay,
Second City or something like that.
Okay, I only ask because I think that if that was like part of his act, like part of what got him on SNL in the first place, then he would definitely be in the same realm here. But him using it to his advantage, I think might be in the same ballpark because no one else on the show at the time, I don't think, was his stature.
Right.
So I think that he was using it unless they were forcing him to use it. I don't know. I really don't. I think that him using it is totally different because he's doing it for laughs. She's doing it for a completely different purpose, I think. I think that she's just trying to be very positive about it. Like, I'm thick and I'm proud, which is great.
Okay.
I mean, that's fantastic because clearly she's healthy. I mean, she's dancing her ass off in this video.
Well, I mean, she danced.
I thought she was great.
I mean, my favorite moment was that there's like an old dude who's a janitor, and then like he just starts breakdancing, but it's a totally different dude. Like, it's like one of those classic scenes where it's like, old guy, I'm gonna jump this bridge, and then like the body double's like skinny guy.
right. Whoa, you should watch Commando again because you can clearly see when Arnold has a stunt double. It's kind of hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden he's like 110 pounds, but wearing the same clothes. Anyway,
Right.
I digress. The whole I love that part with the janitor. Is that when she does the splits and then she like comes up Jackie Chan style because she's like clearly on ropes.
Right, exactly. Well, and then she backs up, and I just like when I saw that scene, I just thought like she's not very mobile. When she's going back, she kind of looked like okay. All right.
What's next?
Speaking of mobility, she's got a show on Amazon coming out about trying to be her backup dancers. I think it's like a bunch of chunky ladies trying to be backup dancers.
We thick and we pretty and we know what we about. It's the battle of the big girls.
I haven't watched the show. I've seen the picture, and it's like her, and she's like, hey, these girls want to be my dancers.
Are they big enough?
I mean, we're tackling big issues. Here's another question for you. On the
There
big
you go.
issue. Oh, great.
The king of segues.
Okay, so here's my question. Lizzo making big ladies dance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that offensive? And if a midget guy had a show and made a bunch of midgets dance, is
Little
that
persons.
offensive? Oh, little people.
I think that the term midget in and of itself is offensive, but
We'll
cut that out. We'll cut that out. Cut that out. Engineer Mike.
Lost our PC rating.
I don't think that it's. I really wouldn't think that it's offensive, especially if it's under the assumption that people know what the show is about. Because again, she's been putting this out there herself about being, about everything being thick 30. So that's clearly the vibe they're going for. If that's what she wants her show to look like and feel like, then I'm sure that they know what they're signing up for. I wouldn't think that it's offensive or that it's exploitive of people. But again, I'm not a woman, and I'm not. I'm just Just
Man,
this-
I like how I'm making you answer these tough issues. That's Old Guys, New Music. We're all about the issues, folks. Well, is there anything else to talk about
well, wait a
this
second.
lady?
Well, what do you think? Do you think it's offensive, or do you think that it's right?
Oh,
or
you
wrong?
want to know my opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That's weird.
it's about time you asked, you cad. I mean, I don't care if you want to. You know me. If you want to do the damn thing, do the damn thing. Doesn't offend me. I'm used to getting hate mail.
You said everything that I said, but way more succinctly, and that's what I should have done. Which is essentially
I know-
live and let die. Who cares? Do whatever.
I mean,
you
you always have to drop the big words like bliminal, something bliminal, eliminal.
Liminal.
Oh, great. You're talking to me like I'm one of those people now. Great. This guy's all right. We talked about the fatties, the little people, and then the low IQ people. Is there anyone else you want to offend on this show? That's James, that Old Guys New Music. Look how I flipped it around. I was the one asking all the questions. I flipped it on him. Did the old switcheroo, baby.
Expertly flipped it on it. Let's go to the ad. Who's sponsoring us? Who's still sponsoring us? After everything that we just did and said, who the hell is still going to sponsor us?
Get out the brushes, the rollers too. Benjamin Moore paint. Let's paint the room. Oh yeah. Alright. Benjamin Moore paint.
Announcer guy here again, telling you about Benjamin Moore paint, because we know when you think of Lizzo, you think about Benjamin Moore. Why else would we put it in her video? What, do you think that we're idiots? No, your typical Lizzo fan paints 3 to 5 times a week. They love paint, and when Lizzo fans think of paint, they think of Benjamin Moore. Go to an authorized Benjamin Moore dealer to get their expert advice and get the job done right. Because we know as a Lizzo fan, if you're not grooving to these funky beats, you're out painting with Benjamin Moore.
Get out the brushes, the rollers too. Benjamin Moore paint. Let's paint the room. Oh yeah. Alright. Benjamin Moore paint.
I don't know what that ad was about, but sign me up for 4. I'm going to buy 4 of them.
I'm going to get the husky size. So, what do you think about this? Like, what are we going to do? Are we turning it up? Are we turning it down? Are we turning it off?
Well, I'm turning it down.
Okay. That makes
But not because I didn't
understand
like
that.
it.
Yeah,
Not because I didn't like it.
It's not your
It's a
jam.
good song. It's not my jam. I don't like funk music. People, you can't make me like the funk music.
Mhm.
That's all I got to say. You can't make me like it, but it's a good song. Out of all the songs we listen to, like, I would say it's probably one of the best songs that we've listened to. But I'm still, like, not my style.
Right. You're a
What about
country
you?
boy.
I mean, if it's not AC/DC, I'm out of here.
I'm turning it up because I really like it. But again, I'm really into dance music and high energy. Like, I like a lot of disco and I like a lot of funk. So that's what you get, people, on the Old Guys.
We've already established that, like, during your office day, you're listening to the left, you know.
Exactly. I'm just
in.
practicing the flat. I'm practicing the slide all day, every day. Awesome. Well, thank you, Lizzo, for that. We enjoyed that in our own way. But we have another song to listen to tackle, to break down.
Right.
And
is it Jijo? Papa Jijo?
Joji?
Joji.
Goji?
It's Joji. Joji.
Jojai? Jaji.
Jaji. A glimpse of us. Joji, glimpse of us.
All right, let's take a listen.
Why then if she's so perfect, who I still wish that it was you? Perfect.
And we heard it.
Yeah, we heard it. We can't unhear it.
That is absolutely true. We can never unhear that.
I mean, there was a point when you said, like, all right, let's listen to it. And we hadn't listened to it yet, but we were going to listen to it. And we were in the bliminal space.
While we were in that liminal space, we were
Yeah, that's what it
contemplating
is. Liminal space.
we were contemplating everything about life and what it was and what it might be. But at the current time, we are.
I just
at
felt
what is.
awkward. It's like when you have a pair of pants and the zipper won't stay up, and then you gotta.
But they fasten. But they still fasten at the top.
They still fasten, and you zip it up, and then you go pick your kids up from school, and they're like, "Hey, I got to go to the park," and you go to the park, and then like the kids are having fun, and all the moms are hanging out talking, and then you look down, you're like, "Oh crap, my zipper's open," and then you're like, "Oh, what do I do? Do I zip it up? Is that going to bring more attention to it?" Am I the only one who's thinking this? We're all thinking this, right? Like when your zipper's down, it's been open. Do you think, is there ever a moment where you're like, I'm not going to zip it up because it's going to bring more attention?
Or do you do the move where you're pretending to like adjust your pants, like you're pretending to like,
right?
You know, I think I want to tuck my shirt in. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I'm just going to pull them up a little bit. And the whole time you're only using your forefingers and your thumbs, and the rest of your hands are kind of like trying to feel without looking like you're, feeling yourself. And
right. And then you realize that like you spent like 4 minutes trying to do this
and avoiding eye contact with everybody in the room.
Right. At the park, the police are on their way.
Like, I just forgot to zip, man.
I mean, here's my tip. Just own it. Just say, "Oh crap, my zipper's down." Just yell it out.
That's
"Crap,
perfect.
My zipper's down," and just zip it up.
Yeah, I think that full transparency is probably the best key for that.
Right.
So there you go. There's an old guy's tip for you.
Old guy's tip. We've done this so many times. I don't know why I don't throw these pants out. For goodness sake. Jeez. All right, that's coming up.
Oh, man. All right, so...
This song was
Joji.
boring. I didn't like it. It was super boring. I want to, I don't know if I can, I didn't know if I can make it through the song, let alone listening to it for the rest of the week.
Well, you're going to have to, and we're going to have to suffer through it, because I also felt that it was a lesser James Blake emotional track that's going to try and be manipulative. I don't know. I'm not feeling it right now, but
This
we have to be fair.
It's taken us back to these top 100 hit songs that are super boring. We're back to boring.
Well,
realm.
that's mainstream media. That's why we don't listen to
we just came off
mainstream.
this Lizzo track, which was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were having fun.
Yep.
I was having a good time. I was dancing. I was grooving. I was moving. And now I'm back to this boring crap that I don't know who's listening to. Definitely not going to buy that guy's. Well, I don't know. I got a week to figure it out.
All right. Well, so I guess that's it for us. That we're old guys and we're done being old. Contact us at Old Guys New Music and email me, James, at Old Guys New Music, and email Chris Hall at Old Guys New Music. Did I forget anything?
No, oldguysnewmusic.com. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Old guys talk about new music.